One July morning in 1983, a 62-year-old lady was walking from a small village to visit her daughter-in-law who was about to deliver a baby. Midway, when she heard it was a girl, third baby girl in the family, she turned around and went back without even seeing the baby and the daughter-in-law. Can you imagine life? What it feels like to be that unwanted girl, that child nobody wanted? How far can you go in life with that? This is not a story from a movie and definitely not my story. This is the story of my friend Suma Annegowda, the unwanted, who blossomed later in her life from being unwanted child to be an inspiration for many.
It was 5th of June 1979 and the time was midnight 12:30. A beautiful baby was born in a small village near Mysore, the royal place of Vodiyas. But the little child did know that she would become a victim of abuse at the tender age 6. Friends, it's not a sad tale, but the real story of my friend and mentor Pushpalata, the unblessed and cursed, who is a blessing and inspiration to many, many entrepreneurs and leaders today.
Before I share my story, I would like to reflect with all of you one question. What is that one childhood story which you are telling yourself right now that might be limiting you? I'll repeat, what is that one childhood story of yours which you are telling yourself that might be limiting you? Please take a moment and reflect now. Please take a moment and reflect now. Thank you. Like Suma mentioned, I grew up with the feeling of being unblessed, unlucky, but here I am today to share how I turned it around to be a blessing for myself and for others. Most of us know children with a hole in their heart, struggling and suffering with a hole in their heart. How many of us know children struggling with a hole in their souls? I was that happy, sad girl who, without knowing it, was muddling through life. Being average in academics, right? Being average in academics, I barely passed classes and exams with the support of my brother and father who helped me to make me to understand subjects, who spent sleepless nights teaching me, make me understand subjects. As I used to see my father go through financial challenges, I used to feel helpless. And I was struggling to be good at something. Actually, I was struggling to identify my strength, an identity of my own. This struggle continued during my engineering days too. It was during this time when I came across a famous book called The Power of Positive Thinking. One of my professors from this great institution, SIT Tumkur, where I studied engineering, gifted this book to me. Yes, they are right when they say books are great teachers. This book became my first mentor. I read this book not just once but multiple times with a new belief taking hold in me. I cleared that year all 11 subjects, including all the backlogs I had at that point in time. Yes, I passed engineering, and with distinction. But the feeling of somewhere being unblessed, unlucky, continued still inside.
As Pushpa mentioned, I grew up hearing that I was an unwanted child in my family by my neighbors and relatives. Being a dark complexion as a childhood, I was literally mocked by the people around me as crow or kage in my mother tongue, Kannada. This feeling of being unwanted continued. There were at times people who didn't know me came and asked me that, am I a maid at my home or what? This feeling of being unwanted, ugly, good for nothing, weighed me down terribly. These childhood taunts became my life beliefs. Thankfully, my parents never treated me as an unwanted child. They made sure that I studied in a good schools. I also topped my 10th standard, pushing myself beyond my limiting beliefs of being unwanted. I also got into the top engineering institution, SIT, Tumkur. But in spite of it, there was a struggle within myself, as my communication skills were average. You see, I come from a small village where English most of us struggle, right? And I'm still learning, you know.
Though the feeling of being unblessed, unlucky continued inside, I think at that point in time, I failed to recognize I already had wonderful blessings in my life. Wonderful parents and brother, a great husband, a happy family, and a business of my own, a strong, sound physical body, and definitely a friend like Suma. Being average in academics to pursuing masters in engineering and then venturing into business of my own into healthcare domain. The beauty is from engineering background into healthcare domain. Life wasn't a rosy path for me to walk on. As a child, I was not ready to settle for small things in life. I always wanted to achieve something on my own. So this gave me an opportunity to co-found a chain of fertility hospitals called GarbhaGudi. GarbhaGudi today, which we have built from scratch, is a well-known brand and is close to a valuation of 100 crores. Though, can you imagine, in spite of this, having a company of my own, building it from scratch to 100 crore, I continue to feel unblessed. But slowly, with the help of great mentors and support from my family, I was able to realize that beating myself for small mistakes and beating myself for mistakes which I didn't do in life was not the answer. Rather, realizing my true inner potential and maximizing it was the best way forward. So I started noticing my strengths, started looking at my strengths, strengthening my strengths, playing my A game at any point in time, no matter how tough the situation may be, being at my best, how tough the situation may be, became part of my DNA, and playing my A game became philosophy of my life.
After my graduation, I worked at a couple of startups for more than 10 years. I faced many challenges there too, but that did not stop me. I pushed myself. I got a chance to travel abroad for my work. I also got a chance to work with a public sector unit to head the skill development projects of Government of Karnataka. I attended conferences, workshop and seminar, whatnot, to upskill myself. Unfortunately, even in those conferences, workshop and seminar, I was ignored as my communication skills were average. But my husband, who realized my concerns and challenges, he insisted me to read a book and he bought me many books. After reading those books, I got a confidence and knowledge. From electronics engineer to a Java project manager, skill development head to a director, and then venturing out to my new startup, LinkedIn for Her. Being an agile was a plus point for me. This agility helped me to gain and grab all the opportunities which came across my way, and also to play a game in all those opportunities. I also got to know my strength. With that, I was able to handle difficult situations like office politics and also to run a business during COVID. The one more thing what I realized during that time was the importance of networking. Started interacting with many people. I also got to know that networking is great, but for me, what was important was to give back to the people without any expectation. This one thing opened up many opportunities for me. And I also got the confidence that it's not the language skills. What is important is to help the people is what matters. As you all know, every day we get a number of thoughts, and I don't want my ideas to die in my mind. I started taking actions, tiny actions. I also realized that if I want to achieve something, a different result, I need to take different actions. Taking actions became my DNA. Action is the mother of all accomplishment. I made this as my life mantra and life philosophy too.
Now, these two broken girls with different feelings met each other on 11th of November 2016 through a common networking group which we were part of at that point. Suma and me, I started working with her. I started noticing her, started interacting on multiple occasions with Suma, and started noticing her strengths and realizing her strengths. One of which was her ability to build a person's brand on LinkedIn. So I took her help to build my personal brand on LinkedIn, and this became our first successful happy project together. Soon, many such requests came to Suma, and today she is a confident, creative, personal branding and LinkedIn specialist who has helped thousands of corporate working professionals, entrepreneurs and students from being unwanted to becoming the most sought after. From being unwanted to becoming the most sought after, Suma has come a long way.
Me and Pushpa ventured into a healthcare business mentoring through Stratist. An organization is on a mission to help new age healthcare enterprises. In fact, we helped hundreds of healthcare organizations and entrepreneurs in just inception of 2 years. Pushpa, someone who felt unblessed to become a blessing in many entrepreneurs and leaders today.
I'm sure at this point all of you will be wondering how these events happened, wonderful events unfolded, what changed. Here it is, how it unraveled for us. The power of 3 A's. The first one, the 3 tools, the 3 secrets, which I would say, which helped us to travel this journey happily and successfully. The power of 3 A's. The first one, the power of association. The power of association, when it is combined with our aspiration to achieve something big, is a very powerful tool. Here is why we say this. All of us know Sangam Sharanam Gacchami. This Sangam enabled us to move towards our network and move towards right people, network and associate with right people at right point in time. We also believe our net worth at any point in time is directly proportional to the sum of the net worth of our network. This enabled us, this power of association, which is networking, and the Sangam with right people made us to attract, magnetize right opportunities at right time for us. Here is the insight. We never went for networking just for the sake of networking. One thing which was common in approach between Suma and me was we were always thinking beyond I, me, mine, and myself. So, this thinking beyond I, me, and myself led us to build collaborative approach and brought win-win situation for all the stakeholders. Friends, thinking beyond I, me, mine, and myself, and with the power of association is the first step to winning together.
As Pushpa mentioned, association led us to reach out to the right mentors. With their support, we were able to build a roadmap for our business. And also, with their guidance, we were able to learn the skill what is required for our domain. Divine Path like Infinitism, program like Iron Lady by Rajesh Bhatt, Euphoria by Shilpa and Kapil Kulushrestha let us to have a laser focus on our goals. Here the insight is, though my relationship with Pushpa started as a mentor and mentee, we stood together, supported each other as an accountability partner. We managed our strength and we worked on our weakness. Then, even though we are worked together, one thing which helped us is I helped her building her personal brand as an accountability partner, whereas Pushpa helped me to build my new venture, LinkedIn for her, as an accountability partner. Today, this TEDx Talks is a result of we both supporting each other as an accountability partner. This is awesome, isn't it? Then, just thinking, I, me, myself, just look around, start supporting the people as an accountability partner. This is the second step of winning together.
The third important A is the power of action. The power of action, when it is combined with focused implementation, is a greater tool. Me and Suma, we owned our goals like how a mother owns a child, with that unconditional love and commitment towards our goal. We fulfilled all the said and unsaid expectations needed to accomplish our goals working together. This enabled us to build our brand from scratch. The power of association, the power of networking, and the power of action. The insight is through consistent, directed, self-motivated, intelligent action, we were able to build our brand from scratch, and today we are marching towards building a 100 crore empire again. The power of action with ownership is the third step of winning together.
Me being an unwanted to more sought after.
Me being unblessed to be a blessing for people around.
From an ugly to become a beautiful human being to people around me.
From being good at nothing to be the best. Using the power of 3 A's, that is the power of association, the power of accountability partner. Having an accountability partner and being an accountability partner and the power of action, we were able to flip our limiting beliefs to becoming our empowering beliefs. Here is my invitation to all of you. It is okay to go through ups and downs in life. It is okay to go through helpless moments in life. But what is not okay is not moving ahead. So keep moving in life and take few more along so that they can also enjoy the journey together. Life becomes much more joyful when we are together. Life becomes much more beautiful when we are together. Hi, I am Pushpalata, co-founder and director of GarbhaGudi Group of companies, founder and CEO of Stratist, right now on a mission to support healthcare entrepreneurs build sustainable, enduring healthcare enterprises.
This is just a beginning of two iron ladies winning together. Like Pushpa and Suma, there could be many with such limiting beliefs. But what is important is identifying those beliefs and accepting those beliefs. And with the power of 3 A's, that is association, accountability partner, and with the right action, we were able to experience a miracle in our life. Hi, this is Suma Annegowda, founder of LinkedIn for Her, on a mission to help working professionals, entrepreneurs, and students to build their personal brand on LinkedIn.
So, before we conclude, I would like to ask the same question with which we began. What is that one childhood story of yours that you're telling yourself that might be limiting you right now? Please take a moment and reflect. Also, please observe and notice, has it become a pattern in your life? If it has become, break that. It has all the power to become your empowering beliefs. Every human being has power to create miracles in their lives with our beliefs. Let us create such empowering beliefs for ourselves, because our life changes when our beliefs change. Thank you.